Let me tell you one thing, my brothers and sisters, because now the LGBT that program, the education is going on all around UK, and it has become like in normally like all over UK now, and it has become a big issue. And mashallah, the brothers and our scholars and our sisters, they are trying their best to talk about this. I will tell you one story before I give you my opinion with regards to this. When I was in my early stage of Islam, when I newly came to Islam, I read and heard from our senior scholars one of the stories they were generally saying about, who actually believes the Sharia and who does not believe the Sharia. And being a Muslim, should, he be called as Muslim if he does not go by the Sharia? So based on that, there is a serious story by our seniors. I don't have the reference to that, but I know the story. And even if it is if we don't have the reference, because this is not something which Allah is going, or this is not something which we can use to get the rewards, but we can learn lesson from it. The story is that there was a Muslim king, so-called Muslim king, and he wanted to marry his sister. So he asked all the scholars to, give their opinions. And all the scholars of that time, the king's time, they all said that it is haram for you because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it haram. You can't marry your sister. You can't marry your daughter. You can't marry your mother. But this man was still insisting, and then there was one sheikh, and he was a very stubborn sheikh, and he said that yes, let him marry. So all the scholars went against him, and they said that how come you are such a great man, great scholar, man has got position in our society community, and you are giving this wrong fatwa. He said, yes, I am giving the correct fatwa. So they said, how can you justify your fatwa? He said, look, the do's and don'ts of the Sharia is for the Muslims who say that he believes in that. This king is not a Muslim in the first place. So that's the reason he doesn't want to accept Allah's law. So coming back to this point, my brothers and sisters, now LGBT, the question that is arised, and teaching of the sex education to the children at the early stages, and our parents are talking, and they are relating to, justification of those men and women in UK, those who have they call themselves lesbians and they call themselves gay and all that, and they want the recognition in the society. There's no harm. If these people are these people, we have to recognize them as what they are. But when it comes to, when they mix the name, can a Muslim be gay, can a Muslim be lesbian, then if a person is gay or lesbian without any, control on oneself, or this is called, it's like a person who is Muslim and he knows in Sharia, man or woman, he or she knows that in our Sharia there is no same-sex marriages or having relationship with same sex. If he knows or she knows and still insisting on that, then the point is very clear. Muslims should not bother these people. Muslims should not, pay attention to this kind of people. Muslims just say, okay, it's your choice. But Islam, when Islam says this is not permissible, Islam also says that if you deny it openly, then you are out of the fold of Islam. So you can be gay. Good luck to you. Congratulations. No problem. You can have your status in the society. That's your right. But at the same time, you cannot be Muslim in the sight of Allah. You can be Muslim in your eyes. You can be happy calling yourself, as you are happy to call yourself gay and you are happy to call yourself lesbian. You can also call yourself as gay Muslim or gay lesbian. That's fine. But the Islamic rule is this. Alhamdulillah. So that's the way Islam says. So we have to be like that. So that's my point. If a person is a Muslim, then he abides by the Sharia law, whatever Allah has said to him, sincerely, practically, genuinely, and he is doing justice to all aspects of the life, not picking and choosing. And at the same time, if he is unable to do certain things because of the weak of Iman, still that person remains in the fold of Islam. But somebody promotes, like today somebody can say, I can have sex with my mother. and he calls himself Muslim. Good luck to you, my brother. You can have sex with mom, father, mothers, anybody, but you are not a Muslim. That's what Islam says. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so my brothers and sisters, we should not, contradict in this country, because this country, as you know, that people, they have their own way of style, their lifestyle. Some people are Muslims, some people are Hindus, some people are Christians, some people are, atheists. Some people, they like to wear decent clothes, some don't want to wear decent clothes. And the definition for some people, they have got different ways. And like some of the, places where mixing is promoted, men and women like swimming in the same swimming pool with whatever the swimming costumes are worn by the man or the woman, or sports clubs. So this is the country where you can't expect, according to your religion. You should be thankful to Allah that Allah has given you a position to stay in this country, and you are still, mashallah, have access to your own religion. So don't bother others. Don't be strict about that. All you have to do is, mashallah, practice your religion. Be concerned about your wife. If she is obedient to you and obedient to Allah, be concerned about her. If your parents are serious about Islam, look after them, what Islam teaches you. If you have children, then, and if they are obedient and good children, they respect Allah and His Rasul. So have concern about them. And if you have good neighbors or bad neighbors, Muslim neighbors or non-Muslim neighbors, as a Muslim, you are told what to do with them, how to deal with them. When you are in the street, you are told what to do in Islam. When you are in a country, you are told by, like the Sahaba migrated from Mecca to Ethiopia. Ethiopia was a Christian country. But Rasulullah did allow the Sahaba to migrate from Mecca to Ethiopia, and they were practicing their religion in that country, abiding by the law of the country. So alhamdulillah, this country, the law that we sometimes say, oh, this is my religion and this is not allowed in my my religion, and if that is a general law for the whole humanity in UK, then we have to try our level best to abide by it without compromising our deen and not disturbing, not corrupting. Like for example, in this country, car insurance is a law. Car insurance is law, and there is a dispute amongst the Muslim scholars or Islam that because it involves into interest basis loan or the policy or distrust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so you don't have to compromise with your deen. Alhamdulillah, since it's become a law and car is your necessity, if it is your necessity, there are people who prefer to go in trains, people who prefer to go in buses. People have got other means of transportations and they don't want to go into driving, cars, all that. But if they have no other means and they have only means and that is more convenient for them, for the part of a necessity, and they have to have a car, then that's fine, mashallah. That's really fine. Because you are not going against Allah's law willingly. You are abiding by the country's law, and that's what you are doing, alhamdulillah. So that way, any law that is required or demanded by this country to be abide by that, you go for it. When it comes to the sex education, as I said, that mashallah, yesterday or day before yesterday or today, I think somebody sent me the answer given by our brother, mashallah, Ajmal, Imam Ajmal Mansoor, or I don't know his full name. But he has spoken about that. Mashallah, well said. But what I say that, alhamdulillah, my brothers and sisters, all those brothers who are in education and all those sisters who are in education, they should step in and, bring alternative education or alternative justification or alternative, all those kind of points, officially to the government, to the parliament, and to the Sharia, the court, all those kind of things, whatever the means by which they can, make the explanation be justified, they have to come into that way. Instead of fighting, protesting, and this and that, Alhamdulillah, if somebody comes with you with the education point of view, you have to defend and define based on the education point of view. Alhamdulillah.